canvas is not actually a canvas, but I'm going to use this piece of wood, which is also a waste kind of wood, which I got it from somewhere, and I'm going to make a wall decor out of it. So let's begin. So as you know, we have to prime the surface first, and so I'm taking gesso, and we will do the gesso and create texture on the wood surface. So you can play around with gesso using your palette knife and create a kind of texture. So I'm spreading the gesso on the surface to cover the surface completely, and then I will use brush to mix, and then again palette knife to create a texture. So just to speed up, you can see I'm just mixing it around to cover the entire surface. So gesso is a good sealant or primer, you can say. It primes the surface. That means the wood will not absorb too much of moisture or something, and it kind of gets sealed, you know. So just trying to cover the entire wooden surface using brush so that all those paint is evenly placed on the surface, and then we'll mix it, and again I'll use a palette knife just to create a little more texture. So when we do dry brushing, I plan to do dry brushing on this to create the background, and when we create texture and then when we do dry brushing, it comes out really nice. The colors are absorbed nicely, and then we'll let it dry completely before we start painting. Okay, so once your base is dry, then we will start painting. So I'm using ochre yellow color, brown color, and a little bit of black color to give the shading effect. Now for dry brushing, I'm taking this brush which you can get easily from any paint or hardware shop, and I use newspaper because when you load your brush with paint, and then when you rub it on the newspaper, you are kind of, you know, letting go of all the moisture that is there in the paint, and only when all the moisture is gone, then with a very light feather stroke you start painting, so you won't get the spotting, and slowly and lightly you will see that the surface is getting hold of the color. So it's not exactly, you know, taking all the dark color like how we do on the canvas or we do the blending or something. So this is called dry brushing, and to master it you have to keep practicing. Just make sure your brush doesn't have too much of color or the wet color, because if your brush has too much of color or the wet color, then you will get spotting. You can see little lines has come, but that will look fine. It is going with the texture that I have tried to create. So I like vintage kind of things, you know, so I'm trying to get a little vintagey feel in the background. It's like a old worn out effect of the wood. So if you keep the wood for a very long time, it becomes a little worn out. So I'm kind of trying to create that kind of effect, you know. So I'm using ochre yellow, brown, which is light brown, not very dark brown, and so it's not burnt sienna. Burnt sienna is a dark shade of brown. It's not burnt sienna, it's a lighter tone of brown, and then a little bit of black. So you can go vertical, you can go horizontal, you can highlight the textures that you have created. And if you want a distress feeling, you can do a little more black on the edges. I'm not using too much of black on the edges because I am just giving a light effect, you know. I want the background to be light, because what I'm going to do next will be brighter than the background. So I'm going to use bright colors on the characters which I'm going to draw, and the background is supposed to be light in tone. Okay, so now that this step is done, I will use pencil to lightly draw the character. Okay, so I'm going to draw a little birdie. I like birdies, So, and this piece can be used as a wall decor. Okay, so we'll make a hole. I'll drill a hole. I'm planning to drill a hole on top and tie a thread so that it can be used like a wall decor. You can hang it anywhere in to decorate your house or a garden or maybe balcony. So maybe I think it is not visible in the camera very clearly, but I'm trying to draw with very light pressure of the pencil so that I just get an idea of where to put the paint. I'm drawing the character, which are 3 birds. It's like a family of birds. When I put the color, you will know the exact character. It will come out. So I'm going to use yellow. I'm going to use it's a chrome yellow, so I'm going to use chrome yellow. I'm going to use red and ultramarine blue. So 3 birds of 3 different colors. I'll use little bit of white and black to give a little shaded effect wherever required. So if you're doing with me, just enjoy the process. And as always, like I say in all my videos, I like painting and it is very therapeutic. And if a soothing music is there, it even adds to the effect. You will really enjoy. If you like painting, you'll really enjoy. So first one is red. I'm using little black and using brush with little. So at times you have to clean the brush and then you have to wipe it to take out extra water from your brush, and then you have to use the darker tone and give a shading. So that's how I prefer giving shading. If there might be a number of ways, you can use any ways, but this is how I do. I wipe my brush, and then other ways means you can also use another brush which is not loaded with any color and then blend the 2 colors. That is also one way, or you can use any other way which you want. So because I said I like vintage and I have tried to give vintage effect to the background, so I didn't wanted absolutely bright colors. It should also look like a little worn out and a little tinge of dark here and there, so that it's not absolutely bright birds. So that's what I'm trying to create. That is why I'm using little bit of white and black here and there to give it a little grungy or vintagey effect. You can create a little bit of pattern using white inside the bird body, like some birds are textured birds or something. So it's up to you. This one is angular brush, and what I find is that for a certain kind of shading it works best, so this is one of my favorite brushes because I love using angular brush. It kind of makes my job easier to blend, so if you get hang of angular brush, I'm sure you'll like it. Angular brush is a flat brush where the tip is not of an equal size. It goes like a slanting line on the top, so that is called angular brush. It comes in different numbers and sizes, so you can choose numbers and sizes as per the requirement. So in different paintings you might need a flat thick one or a thin one, so you can choose as per your requirement. Okay, here this one I wanted to do yellow, but a little bit of blue was there in my brush, and I thought it is okay, because again, like I said, I didn't wanted one strong color, so a little shading of blue would also give it a different tone, which is okay, which is what I wanted. So do write in comment what you feel about the painting, whether you enjoy the painting or not, and definitely you have to like and subscribe my channel, so that I keep doing more of painting and we keep learning new stuff from each other. So I missed putting a little bit of color on the top, that is the face. In between there is an eye and a beak, so I'm doing it now. So you can also write some quotes or texts if you want to, if you are really fond of like something which should hold meaning or describe something. So you can like write a family or a beautiful family, or a little birdie said something kind of quote once it is done, wherever you feel. But I'm going to leave it like that because I just want to highlight the characters, and these birds are like one of my favorite characters. I love painting and drawing them, and there are so many number of ways in which you can draw the birds. It's beautiful. I mixed a little black and red to give a little dark maroonish effect on the beak of the birds. Okay, so now I'll make eyes, and then we will do outline, and then we are done. Big eyes, yes. Bulging eyes, bulged eyes, yes. That is what I'm trying to do. You're right. So do let me know what more you want to learn in terms of art and craft. I'm also planning some craft workshops or craft videos in which I'll be doing some paper crafting, making some things out of paper crafting, and let's see what all we can do. If you have any idea particularly in your mind, do let me know in comment section. And do not forget to like and subscribe my video. You can also press notifications so that you're notified whenever I upload a new video. This will keep you updated on the fresh post. So for this line, if you're not confident enough, you can use thin brush, because if you do thick, if you're using thick brush and you're doing it wrong, then it might be difficult to hide, you know. If you're using thin brush, at least you can even it out. If it becomes a little thick, it is okay. So you don't have to get it perfect, you know. You just try and practice with a stable hand and a thin brush. I'm sure you'll get it. I know, because initially I used to also fear, you know, freehand drawing, or using the brush freely on the background surface, or to draw a thin line. It was difficult for me to draw a thin line using a brush. I used to use marker or a sketch pen earlier to do the outlines, but now I am pretty confident. So I think it comes with practice. You have to keep practicing it and not give up. And it's okay to get a little bit thick outline or a thin outline, because that's the beauty of it, you know. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. That's how the actually natural things are also like that. It doesn't come like a perfect outline or something. Somewhere there will be shadow, somewhere it will be thick. So it kinds of adds to its beauty, you know. So don't worry too much about getting it right or getting it perfect. So are you liking the characters? Now it is coming up. We are just giving the finishing touches. I hope you are liking the way these little birdies have come out. Isn't it? Yay, we are done now. Almost there. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed doing the painting, and once you complete your artwork, you can also post and let me know how you liked the video. Do keep sharing your views and come in the comment section, and don't forget to like and comment my page. There's always something more which you can do, isn't it? So that's what it is about. I'm giving a little more shading because it looks a little plain to me. So if you want, you can leave it like that, or you can do the shading using angular brush, or whichever technique you feel is easy for you to do. I am just washing my brush to blend the little shaded effect. Using just little a tinge of black to give a shaded effect here and there, it will look like a, you know, fading effect in the corners. That's it, nothing much. I think it's not even clearly visible in the cameras, you know. So but if you look at from in the real, then you will get to know this effect what I'm trying to create right now. Okay, so here we go, we are done, and after prinking hole and creating a hanging, here's the final look. Thank you so much for watching. Keep watching this space for more. Thank you. See you.